This is why you need to stay with us. The Shocking Endeavours channel is your gateway to the unknown. Hit that subscribe button if you dare. Like and comment with your own spine-chilling stories. Share the fear with friends. And don't forget to ring the bell for more bone-chilling tutorials. Stay tuned if you can handle the terror. Rain lashed the corrugated tin roof. A symphony of drumming, relentless and deafening. Wind howled, a hungry beast clawing at the flimsy wooden shutters of Shanti's small home. The monsoon had arrived. Shanti, a girl of 15 with eyes as dark and deep as the gathering storm clouds, sat huddled by a flickering oil lamp. Her heart pounded in her chest, keeping rhythm with the ferocious downpour. Fear, a cold fist, clenched around her insides. She had heard stories, whispered by elders around crackling fires, of monsoons so fierce they could swallow villages whole. Nights like these, when the sky ripped open and unleashed its fury, it was easy to believe those tales. Suddenly, a sound, different from the cacophony of the storm, sliced through the air. A frantic rapping, insistent and desperate, on the rickety wooden door of their home. Shanti's blood ran cold. No one dared venture out on a night like this.
Who is it that braves the wrath of the gods on such a night?
Shanti, her heart pounding in her ears, crept towards the door. She peered through a crack in the wood, her breath catching in her throat. A figure, drenched and shaking, stood on their doorstep. Zahara, her eyes wide with terror, a gash bleeding on her forehead.
Shanti, you must help me. They're coming.
Zahara gasped, stumbling through the doorway. She collapsed onto the floor, her chest heaving.
Zahara, what happened? Who's after you?
Shanti knelt beside her friend, fear gripping her voice.
The Eye. They took my brother. They said if I didn't lead them to the rebels' hideout, they'd kill him.
Tears streamed down her face, mingling with the blood from the wound on her forehead. The rebels. Shanti knew of them, whispered about in hushed tones, fighting for freedom against the iron grip of the tyrannical general. A dangerous game, one that often ended in blood. Shanti knew she had to act fast. The clock was ticking and every second counted. She could feel the weight of the situation pressing down on her shoulders, but she refused to let fear paralyze her.
Grandmother, we need your help. Zahara needs our protection. We can't let them find her. We have to do something, and we have to do it now. We have to hide her. There's no other way. If they find her, it will be the end for all of us.
The old woman, her eyes sharp and alert, nodded slowly. She had seen many storms in her lifetime, both literal and metaphorical, and she knew this one was different.
The storm is our ally tonight. It will cover our tracks and give us the advantage we need. It will mask her scent, make it difficult for them to track. The rain will wash away any traces we leave behind.
Shanti's mind raced. She had to think of every possible outcome, every potential risk. There was no room for error. She had an idea, a risky one, but it might just work. It was a long shot, but sometimes the most daring plans were the ones that succeeded.
Zahara, do you trust me? This plan is dangerous, but it's our best chance.
She asked, her voice firm despite the tremor in her hands. She needed Zahara to believe in her, to trust her completely.
With my life. Zahara's voice was steady, her eyes filled with unwavering trust.
Shanti, her jaw set with determination, pulled a small pouch from beneath her bed. Inside were the tools they would need for their plan. It was time to fight back, time to defy the storm and the tyranny that threatened to engulf them. They would not go down without a fight. The storm outside was fierce, but the storm within them was even fiercer. A thunderous boom shook the ground, followed by a sharp rapping on the door. The storm outside was relentless, mirroring the turmoil within. They were here.
When I tell you throw this at them, then run. Don't look back no matter what happens.
Shanti took a deep breath and opened the door a crack. Two burly figures, their faces obscured by the shadows of wide-brimmed hats, stood silhouetted against the fury of the storm. The wind howled, carrying with it the scent of danger.
We're looking for a girl. Seen anyone suspicious? She's about your age, dark hair and eyes that could pierce through the night.
The taller one growled, his voice like gravel, sending shivers down Shanti's spine. His presence was overwhelming, a dark cloud in the already stormy night.
No one has come by tonight. The streets have been empty since the storm began.
Shanti lied, her voice steady, betraying none of the fear that gnawed at her. The second man stepped closer, his hand resting menacingly on the hilt of a curved sword. The tension in the air was palpable, every second stretching into an eternity.
You sure about that, girl? We wouldn't want to have to search the place now, would we? His tone was mocking, but his eyes were deadly serious.
He took another step forward, his eyes glinting with malice. This was it, the moment of truth. Shanti's heart pounded in her chest, but she stood her ground.
Now, Zahara! Shanti's voice cut through the storm, a signal of hope and defiance. The plan was in motion and there was no turning back.
Zahara flung the pouch. A cloud of red pepper dust exploded in the air, catching the men full in the face. They roared in pain, their hands flying to their eyes. Shanti didn't hesitate. She grabbed Zahara's hand and they bolted. Out the back door, into the raging storm, the men's enraged shouts echoing behind them.
Asterisk rain lashed at their faces, blinding them, the wind whipping their hair into a frenzy. They slipped and stumbled through the mud, their lungs burning, legs screaming for respite.
But they couldn't stop. Not now. The sound of their pursuers, their voices raw with fury, spurred them on. They ran until they reached the edge of the village, collapsing behind a crumbling stone wall, gasping for breath. Shanti's heart hammered against her ribs, her clothes clinging to her like a second skin.
Where do we go now?
Shanti scanned their surroundings, her mind racing. The storm raged on, a symphony of wind and water, but through the downpour she saw a faint light flickering in the distance. Hope, fragile yet persistent, flickered within her.
This way.
She whispered, pulling Zahara to her feet. They had survived the storm so far. Now they just had to outrun the darkness that chased them. The journey was treacherous, fraught with obstacles that seemed insurmountable. Every muscle in Shanti's body screamed in protest as they slogged through mud and fought against the relentless onslaught of the wind. The elements seemed to conspire against her, each step a battle against nature's fury. But she refused to give up. Her spirit was unyielding, her determination unwavering. Zahara's life, her brother's life, depended on her. The thought of her family gave her strength, a reason to push forward despite the odds. Finally, they reached the source of the light. It was a beacon of hope in the midst of chaos, guiding them through the storm. A small hut, nestled amongst a grove of ancient banyan trees, stood as a sanctuary. It was a place of refuge, a promise of safety. An old woman, her face etched with wisdom and kindness, greeted them at the door. Her eyes held stories of many storms weathered, many lives touched. She didn't ask questions, just ushered them inside, offering them warmth, dry clothes, and a safe haven from the storm. Her actions spoke of a deep understanding and compassion.
Asterisk. As Shanti curled up beside Zahara, the warmth of the fire seeping into her bones, she knew they were not yet safe. The storm still raged outside, a reminder of the dangers that lurked. But they had survived the night. The darkness had not claimed them, and that was a victory in itself. And within her, a spirit of defiance, of resilience, had been forged in the heart of the monsoon. Each challenge had only made her stronger, more resolute. They would face whatever tomorrow brought together. The bond between them was unbreakable, a testament to their shared struggles and triumphs.
They would face whatever tomorrow brought together. No matter the challenges ahead, they knew they had each other, and that was enough.
Well, my friends, now that I have you all here secluded with me, confined and alone, with nothing to do and nowhere to go, it's time for you to sit back and relax while you hold onto your seats. Join me here at the Shocking Endeavors channel for some death-defying suspense, terror and madness. You'll be glad that you did, believe me. Now I need you to subscribe, like, comment and share this video after you hit that notification button. If you don't, strange things may happen to you. Ha 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 ha.